Thank you. It's
Yeah,
it's
of
on.
course.
Appreciate it.
That's not too bad, I think.
You said you want to be in the third or the second?
We'll go. I'll go.
I'm going wherever this is, so Leila, I'm with you.
Right-handed or left-handed?
Alright, where do you want them?
You're left, Leila. That's so
Just in the boat.
useful.
I know.
Do it.
I'm gonna practice some commands.
I think I should go home.
You can never go home.
The river's your home now.
Oh dear Jesus! You're
Just practicing.
¿Quieres que yo? Oh, you want me to be here?
You're gonna go up one.
Oh, okay.
Ya te explico, ¿verdad? Que tú le sigues a ellos. Al frente.
I move up one.
Right here.
Oh, parece que sí.
No problem, of course, yeah.
Saquea los pies a...
Alright, I need two.
Ángela, pon los pies debajo de esto.
Yeah, you gotta put your feet into the side.
You gotta sit up slightly onto the side of the boat. You're all sitting in the middle of the raft. The easiest way I can say it, one cheek up on the side, one cheek on the cross tube.
Got
You
it.
don't want to be dangling off the sides. You don't want to be sitting in the middle. All right.
Ángela, pincha
Now,
los pies
folks,
bien.
you folks on the left-hand side, left leg forward, right leg back. People on the right side, right leg forward, left leg back. That
Que
way,
este atrás y
putting
ese de
pressure
enfrente.
between the two pieces that you're sitting
Este
on.
atrás. Ese tú.
Ese.
Ajá,
La
así.
derecha
You
para
guys in the
adelante.
front
Así.
Este solamente.
need to stay even with that cross tube. Your tendency is going to be while you're paddling is to slide way up onto the nose of the boat. You get up here, you start paddling across the boat, you're steering the boat if you're way up here on the nose. The other part is you get way up here on the nose and we hit a good wave. Did you ever see mashed potatoes on a spoon? You're not the spoon.
Ay, Dios mío.
Ay, 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 ay.
Put you on that other side.
Yeah.
Balance out. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Right up on the side a little.
Oh, half. Got it.
All right, are we ready to give her a whirl? Paddles right across the T-drip now. Grab right up front there on the right. Up front on the right. Grab it. There you go. All forward. Work as a team. All forward. Good steady rhythm.
Guys, we gotta join a
Stay in
camp or
sync with
something.
each other up front. Good steady rhythm. Get into a good rhythm. There we go.
Deborah.
Make sure you're working your muscles a little. Lean a little forward. Now I'd like a little hard forward. Hard forward. Hard forward. Left back. Right forward, left back. Left side, back left. Left back. Right forward, left back. Left back. Left back. All forward. All forward. All forward. Now I'd like a right back. Right back, left forward. Right back. Right back. Right back. Now all back. All back. All back. Let it dry. I hit the deck. Down in the boat. Control the paddle. There we go. That never takes much practice. Okay. Up on the side, easy forward. Up on the side, easy forward. Easy forward. Lean forward, reach out in front of them. Lean forward, all forward. Now, high side left. Stop paddling, move to the left side of the boat. Move to the left, move to the left.
Pa' acá, pa' acá.
Back in position.
Ahora pa' allá.
Back in position. High side right.
Abajo la
Whoa, I go all the way
Back in position. Back in position. And let it drift along.
That's gonna take a
Let it
minute.
drift along. Questions at all? Answers. We got any answers?
Yeah, we did
We
okay.
can do all right.
We can do
Okay.
better.
We got 3 rapids to practice in. We will whip you into shape.
All
We
right.
will be a fine, well-oiled machine.
Amen.
Now, throughout the day, I'm going to say, check the helmets and life jackets. Do grab some of the buckles on the life jacket, and here's the other part. Grab the helmet strap and make sure that's fastened up. Throughout the day, we're going to get up close to some of these cliffs and big rocks. The closer you are to a rock or a cliff, that's when it's the most important to keep paddling. People get up near a cliff and they tend to go and stop paddling and stare at the cliff. The other side keeps paddling, drives you into the cliff twice as hard. The closer you are to something, the more important it is for you to keep paddling. We're going to go into rapids somewhat sideways. 95% of the time, that's intentional. The other 5% I will never admit to. Do not try and help me steer the boat. And the first 3 sets of rapids are practice water. And you got 3 things you got to do. You want to have a fun trip, you want to have a safe trip, you got to paddle when I'm asking you to, and that means in the white water. You got to keep yourself braced in with your feet so you don't go flying out of the boat. And you need to listen for the commands. Listen for the commands and respond when I ask you to. Questions at all?
Yes, for under this feet, do you mean the one and one back or both?
Yep, just like that is the way you want to do it. And here's the deal. When you got your feet like this, you got the pressure,
¿Tienes la presión?
right? You get the pressure. Watch, look this way. Right out of the boat. Hold yourself in with your legs.
Que te aguantes con la
But you got to have that pressure between the two.
con esa una.
Basically, this one's gonna be back and back.
I mean, we could try. So ese es el que te aguanta, pero esta es la presión que vas a
And
usar
you,
para
young
traerte
miss,
para atrás.
your right leg needs to come back,
Al revés, así.
right? And you push between the two of them.
Ese. Y este para acá. Porque cuando te caes, este es el que vas a usar para salir.
Are we ready to give this a whirl?
Yes.
Remember, you got to paddle when I'm asking you to. That means in the waves, in the rapids, and you guys up front, you're going to get mesmerized. Don't get mesmerized on me. People get into the rapids and they go, and they just sit there with their mouth open.
Face full of rocks.
My name is Alex. I'm the guidosaur here. This is the oldest living fossil on the river in the kayak.
Dinosaur.
We're the last 2 of the original people that started here 40 years ago.
I know.
You're with ARO? That's the O is for old. It's Adirondack River old. That's us. Alrighty. You check the helmets and life jackets. First set of rapids is called Clubhouse Turn. This is practice water. If you were to fall out of the boat, swim to river right. River left or river right's always looking down the river.
Okay.
Not like a little all forward now. All forward. This is practice water. Remember, what's the big deal? It's only water. Going downhill violently over rock. Paddling! Paddle! All back! All back! All back! Whoop! Stop! Stop! Cut it! Really easy forward. Let it drip. Let it drip. There you go. Right here. Paddles up in the air. Come on, we're still in the boat.
Y era práctica.
Yeah. Keep it. No one.
And here's the deal, gang. The safest thing you can do today and the most fun thing, make the boat go where the boat needs to go. That means you got to paddle when I'm asking you to. You might think it's safer to be in the bottom of the boat. It's not. Making the boat go where it needs to go is what keeps you safe. This is Burns Wall coming up. We might get a little close to the cliff on this one. If you were out of the boat, you'd stay in the middle. I'd like a little easy forward again.
Easy forward.
Let it grip. Let it grip. See, what's the big deal? It's just another day at the office for me.
I'm good.
Just a little easy forward again. A little easy forward. Let it drip. Let it drip. So let me ask folks, are we all feeling fairly stable physically, if not mentally so?
Yes.
That's good, because it's still practice water, baby.
That's okay, they'll ice to the shape of the paddle. That way you
Oh, this is balmy warm water. This water's got to be at least 54 degrees. It's double what it was this spring.
So fresh, so fresh.
It's
I won't lie,
perky
guys.
water.
I didn't get that wet. I'm fine.
Look at your chance.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, estaba peor, mucho peor. No había mucho espacio, que estaba así despacito.
Ya le dijo que el agua estaba muy...
Happy Mother's Day!
Next one coming up, we call the Hole Brothers. And it's the end of our practice water. It's a hydraulic type wave that goes all the way across the river. Hydraulics are kind of like a whirlpool that stood up on its side. Some are fun, some are more like food processors made for people. This is a friendly one down here. Then everything from local to national competitions held down here for kayaking.
Que hacen carreras.
What are the competitions? What do you like? Are you just trying to get to the end of the river?
They go out and they surf on the waves like you'd surf on a wave in an ocean, except these waves never go away. They just sit there.
Okay, so it's like style based?
Yes, mostly. What we're going to do is we're going to hit the wave. We're going to pull over to the right-hand side behind this big stone wall, and then we're going to paddle back up into the wave and play a little bit. We call it surfing. The guys up front will call it the nasal enema.
Porque vamos a estar cerca
A
de
little easy forward again, please. Easy forward. Easy forward. Okay, folks, we're going to paddle up to that wave. We got to paddle hard enough to get right into the wave. At the last minute, I'm going to call for a hit the deck. You guys remember what hit the deck means? That means down in the boat.
So vamos a ir ahí mismo en el centro y de ahí de eso en el medio va a decir down y nos bajamos.
Bajamos, pero no nos movemos del puesto y nos
Easy forward.
No, vamos al medio.
Forward. Forward.
we could join a team. That's what I'm saying. We've got his own many times.
All forward.
Deborah.
We're gonna go back up and try that again.
Lo vamos a hacer otra vez.
Okay, now let it drift. I think we're in the end. Let it drift a minute. Let it drift a minute.
Vamos a ver, lo vamos a hacer una vez
How'd
más.
you guys up front like that one?
Yeah.
Did I mention you were gonna get wet up front?
Yeah.
Eso fue como algo superficial. Vamos a hacerlo otra vez para poder que entre el agua.
Sí, sí. Pues pagaste por la experiencia.
Easy forward. Easy forward.
No, Nita, I am impressed with us, I gotta say.
I know, right? We're the most
Mami le da una roja.
Little back paddling. All back. All back. We just love the rock, that's all. Just a little shove off that rock. Push off this rock right there.
I have no rock to push off.
There you go. There we go. Now we'll get a little space.
Para atrás, para atrás.
Okay, now let it drip. Let it drip. Let it. Okay. Move that dirt.
¿Sabes? Pero me gusta mi grupo. Sí. No, guys, I really think we are.
One side is going faster than the other. Make sure you're timing it. That's the problem. One side is going faster than the
All
other.
forward, gang. We're going to try that again. All forward.
Same thing. Me and Angie are fine.
I'm telling you, I'm doing this
I
again.
swear, me and Angie are doing great.
I mean, maybe Chris will say otherwise, but...
It's a jack.
It's a jack! Oh my God, Susie, that was not what he meant.
No, you did not, Deborah.
We got one down. Paddle is on the river.
Well, we lost the paddle.
Oh, it's somewhere.
And that's okay. Keep an eye out for it. It's right there. It's right there. Paddle.
Back up on the sides, you scallywags. Get back up off the floor.
Come on.
Por el lado. Tiene que estar por el lado.
Now that was the end of your practice water. This is the end of the realms for the walk for life.
Okay.
Everybody still game?
Yeah.
Bro, her paddle hit my
Susie, that was her He said down and you said don't.
I slipped and
Told you paddles will hurt you. Are we all feeling fairly stable in the boat? Didn't feel like you were falling out?
No.
I did it. Oh.
I would like just a little real easy forward. We got to get along that
Okay.
left-hand side and get around the rocks.
Oh, we do.
That means you too, man.
I'm done.
You can't just sit back here going.
No.
There we go. Now we're doing better.
This is what I like. This is cheaper by the dozen over here.
And let it drip. Let it drip.
I gotta say.
No, it's mainly you two. You both have to.
Because we'll follow you guys.
It's not.
You guys set the pace.
Are we feeling good, are we? Are we feeling good, folks?
Yeah.
Good. Good. As long as you work for me, we will get you through. And if you don't work for me, I'll still get you through, but you won't like me at the end of the day.
I cry easily.
What's that?
She
I cry
cries
easily.
I yell loudly, so it's a good combo. A couple of easy forwards to take us away from the shore. That's good. Let it drift. Let it drift.
Guys, my side needs some stickers. That's all I gotta say.
Big building over on the right-hand side there. That was the very first ski lift company in North America. Watertown is where they first invented and made air brakes for buses and trains, box springs for your beds, lifesaver candies, the safety pin, the brown paper bag, pine tree car fresheners, and silly string.
Oh my gosh, we're bees.
I mean, Susie, that's Watertown used to have money.
We're all forward, gang. We're all forward. That's good. Ladder jump. Ladder jump. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys can hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. We didn't hear you at the hit the deck when we were going on the water a little.
I get louder as it gets more dangerous. That's a play spot. This is me just above talking to you. I can yell loudly, believe me. I've got the voice.
We're all Hispanic, so all we do is yell.
If you need some help.
Yeah, we'll just yell for you too.
Well, don't yell above me. You may want to hear what I'm saying.
When I'm saying it in Spanish, I'm translating the same command you repeat.
Oh no.
What?
Plastic bag. What a bummer.
We
We
do
really
river
just don't
cleanups
care.
here. We do river cleanups on this river. This company organizes them.
Good.
We have hauled dump truck loads away from the river. Just some of it comes from 100 miles up the river. Some of it comes from the person that lives right there. It's a lot of garbage ends up in the water, though. We like to keep things clean. And just a little easy forward again, gang. We'll stay out in the middle, and then we can relax for a moment or two. Ladder drop. And my friend up front there on the right. Better power in the paddle. And here's the deal. If you got your hand here, you'll never be smashing yourself in the teeth with it. I have watched guides, customers, taking teeth right out of their heads, split open eyebrows. This paddle, through this life jacket, 4 broken ribs about 8 years ago. This is the Van Dusey Street Bridge. This Van Dusey Street Bridge, to give you an idea how big the river can be, I have seen this bridge underwater twice.
Wow.
We don't go rafting then, though.
No. You'll hit your head.
You just...
You wouldn't hit your head.
You
The water was going over the dam, or
Literally
over the
drowned.
bridge.
Straight up drowned.
Yeah, it was the
Susie, I got it. You know what? Don't you even worry.
Now, folks, sit up on the tubes, pull your feet out, relax a little bit. We got about 4 or 5 minutes. Let the blood flow into your legs. If the helmets are uncomfortable, you can take off your helmet for a couple of minutes. Don't mix them up. Make sure you know which one is yours.
Oh, I know which
We got
one
about 4 or 5 minutes before we get to our next big rapids. And the next one is a big one. It'll suck the toenails right off your feet. It'll pull the fillings right out of your teeth. They took the baby right out of a 7-month pregnant woman.
It's important that you check your life jacket. If it's loose and you fall out of the boat and the life jacket comes off, you know what happens then?
You die.
It's all about the equipment.
Way to go straight forward, you die. You were just...
I mean, that was my response.
Yeah.
Everybody dies. You're living today.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That's a
That's a
Braveheart
motto
thing.
if
It's out of the
I've ever
Braveheart movie. Everybody lives, or everybody dies, but not everybody lives. You're living.
You're living, Deborah. Estás vivo. Por este río.
Say hi to the camera. Yay. I mean, I
You
didn't
guys
say
got
that
a nice
loud.
day.
Dang.
Pardon me?
It is a very
nothing.
Nice day.
Now my
Sun's out. Weather's fairly warm. I realize it's not quite Florida, but for up here, 38 miles from Canada. This is warm for this time of year. And it's been warm for a while. We've even actually seen some baby geese swimming around down the river.
I'm good.
You're the safest, I feel like. He's right next to you. If you fall out.
And I trust my skill, his skill, more
She
so.
actually is in one of the safer spots as far as me being able to grab somebody.
Good.
Tiene frío. Esto no es Colombia, ¿verdad? No es... Oh, ok, está bien. Yo tengo frío. Yo estoy de aquí. That's the fairgrounds?
Yes.
Black River is the longest river completely inside New York State. It's 168 miles long and starts over near the city of Utica. Comes down through, and where we end up today is only about a half a mile from Lake Ontario. We're on the very bottom tail end of it.
The whole way go against the current.
It's called the Black River because the water is brownish in color, and that comes from the swamps where the leaves and tree branches decay, and it releases tannins into the water. It's same as what coffee and tea makes it brown. Those are tannins. So it makes the water very brown, and limestone, which is all this rock, doesn't reflect sunlight. So places where it can be very shallow, it looks very deep. Like right here, it looks very deep. You're in about maybe 3 feet of water right here.
You are. Got it.
Black.
What's that? Beaver?
Oh, you're lucky.
It stopped
I
moving.
really thought it was just very dirty.
Up on the
a lot of
top,
mud.
down next to the water.
By the gate, by the...
Probably a
Right
woodchuck. It's a
there.
woodchuck right there where
Yeah.
the broken part is.
Bueno,
They call them groundhogs.
Sí, pues,
Yeah.
bueno, en el
Woodchuck.
verano ellos dejaron que nosotros salimos de...
You must have heard of Woodchuck
Yo creo
Day.
que
When
ellos
woodchuck
no
comes
están
out and tells you
seguros
whether
con
winter's
nosotros.
over or not.
Yeah.
Ponchatani Phil. Woodchuck.
What is your scariest experience out on the river? Anything too
For me
bad?
personally,
Yeah.
I got stuck in a hydraulic in extremely large water. Never came up to the surface for a long time.
You didn't have anything on?
I had a life jacket on,
Yo
but
vi
the
uno
water
allá.
was too strong. The life jacket didn't work well enough in that case. I didn't have one of these better life jackets. I had one of the small ones like what the kayaker is wearing.
Okay.
That's why I don't wear the little ones anymore. Because I'm old and feeble and frail.
Not as strong as you once were.
Beavers. Or otters. No, otters.
There's a lot of beavers along
I
through
crocheted
here.
an otter.
Once in a while, we have seen otters along this section of the river as well. We got a lot of waterfowl. Ever since we cleaned the river up, the river used to be very dirty. We went up and down the river, the whole length of it, got things cleaned up. At one time, it was one of the top 20 dirty rivers in the state. It's now considered Class B water, safe to swim in, drinkable with treatment.
Wow.
Since then, we've got at least 6 varieties of ducks that nest on the river, Canadian geese. Oh, there's at least a few pair of nesting osprey, which are hawks that feed on fish. And looking down the river, you can see a big blue heron flying across the river down there. We'll chase him for a while. The great blue heron.
Those birds are territorial.
Pardon me?
Those birds are territorial.
The blue herons?
No, there were some birds last time that were like they were territorial, like they were on their grounds and they were just watching.
Probably the osprey. Hawks. They look like hawks.
Oh, then that's probably what I see.
We've had them come right up and dive right into the water in front of you and grab a fish and fly away with it. It's real cool.
Real Bear Grylls on ya.
I was like, wow, what a majestic bird. That was a seagull. It was a seagull.
That's a rat.
I know. I was like, wow.
Seagulls are freaking rats
No,
over the air.
I couldn't see that well. Okay, it looked like a majestic bird.
You know what? You tell yourself it was.
You see
Who are
eagles
we
here
to
once
tell
in
you
a
what you
while.
saw?
I saw an eagle and I almost cried. I saw it in the wild, guys. It was a beautiful moment.
We see them. We see
I
them now
saw
and
it
then.
spiraling a raccoon, so I don't think they're too great.
Oh, you're so cute.
Yep, pterodactyl blue. Great blue heron. That's just a little one. That one's probably only about 1.5 years old. He's a little guy. And up ahead, we're starting to see the Route 81 bridge. Couple of 100 yards, couple 100 meters below Route 81 is the beginning of Knife's Edge Rapids. And that carries the highest rating of any of the rapids we're gonna run. So far we've been in class 2 type rapids. This is a good solid upper 4 to lower 5, and that's on a scale from 1 to 6. This carries the highest rating of any of the rapids we're gonna run. It's not necessarily gonna be the most difficult, violent, or memorable, but it's very important to run it right. This is a spot where you can't just stop paddling in the middle of the center rapids. If I'm saying to paddle, you have to keep paddling. There's 3 ledge drops in here. 3 ledge drops. The first 2 ledge drops we're going to be pretty close to the left-hand shoreline. Boat might get kicked around a little bit, going over some big waves. Stay braced in, stay paddling if I'm asking you to, and do listen for the commands. The third and final drop, we're going to be favoring the right-hand side of the river. So it's very important that we move from left to right after the second drop. Third drop is about a 3-foot ledge drop, and I will call a precautionary hit the deck. So it's 3 drops, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. We give it a big build-up, we're going to run it right, you're going to say, good stuff, what's the big deal? Do it wrong and you will have your answers. If you were to fall out of the boat, do not panic, stay flat to the surface, stay along the left side of the river. As you come to the third and final drop, take a breath of air. If you are swimming, you will go underwater approximately 2 seconds to 3 seconds. When you come up to the surface after the third drop, then and only then, swim for the center of the river after the third drop. We're gonna have a good run, gang. Real important, follow the basics. Paddling, bracing, listening for commands. Very important to do good paddling in here for me when I'm calling for it. This is not a good place to start acting like a zombie on me. Zombies just sit there with a paddle out of the water and their mouth hanging open. This is Route 81, both lanes of Route 81. Where did you folks come from?
We all live here.
Where?
We all live here.
You're all from this area?
Yeah,
How do you like Watertown?
it's alright.
We haven't left, so.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is he enjoying it?
Yes.
Good.
¿La estás pasando bien?
A lot of open land up here. A lot of land.
Exit 47?
Pardon me?
Exit 47.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even read.
Well, I can see now. I got new sunglasses this year.
I can't even read that. No. I'm a softball player. We don't read. We just play ball. That's it.
I would like to have you all check the helmets and life jackets. Make sure you're good and stable up on the sides. Got your feet locked in well. That's an osprey right there flying out over the river. That's the male osprey. That's the boy. And that's his nest over there on the right on top of that pipeline. That's their nest. They're just starting to rebuild it.
Have you ever seen Bird Box with Sandra Bullock, where she rafts downstream, blindfolded? No? Interesting film.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
A couple of easy forwards. Keep us off the shore. Easy forward. Okay, now let it grip. When we get around this corner, you're going to see a big stone wall. That's on the right-hand side. That's about at the end of the rapids. We don't want to be too close to that wall, but we want to be over kind of here a little bit. Just follow instructions. We'll get you through. We're going to have a perfect run, and if we don't, I will lie and tell you it was anyway.
You don't want us to be scared and not come back.
Like just a little easy forward, please. Easy forward. Listen to me, and I'd like an easy forward now. Handling. Handling. Alive! $10,000 if you can prove you're not alive. Good stuff. What's the big deal, right?
Yeah, that was good.
There's been 2 people die rafting on this river with other companies. Both of them were in that set of rapids.
Wow.
We survived.
We're alive.
And the old stone building is what's left. That was the very first paper mill in North America. Remington paper mill, operated 1820 to 1900. The business closed down 1900. They do okay, Chris?
Yeah.
They do okay?
Yep.
Okay.
So the paper mill is like...
Especially since this guy here was like covering his face.
When this thing was working, there was a dam all the way across. The big archway things that we saw coming down the river, the water went in there through turbines and came out through the square holes. And the mill was all the way along through this area.
Did that pollute the river, them doing that?
I don't believe it was too bad contaminating it then.
Yeah.
But in the more recent paper mills, the chemicals and stuff they use got to be contaminants. The 3 bad contaminants in the river were paper mills, small communities straight lining all their sewage right into the river,
Oh, wow.
and farms that used ridiculous amounts of fertilizer that ended up washing into the river. And all that stuff got cleaned up. People in this company walked and paddled and drove, went the whole length of the river and got the bad spots cleaned up. Made a lot of friends, made a lot of enemies, got a lot of threats, won a few awards from the county and from the state for cleaning up the river.
Was it just companies that didn't
Look
want
at
the
Chris.
river to be
Rides him
used
like a
for
champ.
this purpose, or why would
Well,
they
it was
be
because
mad?
it was much cheaper to let the sewage go into the river rather than build a sewage treatment plant.
Ah,
If you just let things go into the river, you didn't have to pay any money to take care of it.
yeah.
This is called Intercity Stripe. It's just a cute little rapids, but if you're out of the boat, swim for the middle. I'd like just a little easy forward.
I love it.
Then I was the best.
And well, how we doing? Are we still staying kind of warm?
Oh,
We're
there's so
not
much
freezing
water.
to death yet?
Guys,
I
I'm
got a
good.
nice cold bottle of water for you here in just a minute. I don't figure you guys are going to be interested, but is anybody interested in jumping out of the boat and going for a swell? You put your paddle in the middle of the boat?
Yeah, it's calm.
No, it's fun for you guys.
Helmets and life jackets do stay on. And feel free to jump into the
Que si
river if you
quieres
like.
nadar en el río, dejas estar aquí y brincar. Mira.
No vamos al barco, digo ya.
Yadi lo hizo más. Ya nos contó.
Murky into that.
Everybody all wet. You know what? This is a safe place to be, so I'm fine with it.
Está muy fría. There you go.
Good
I
job.
gotta be on that side. Guys, I'm floating so fast. I'm floating so fast.
Watch yourself, girl. Go, go.
Susie. Susie, how do you end up there? I'm so confused.
Other way, other way.
Turn on your back. Turn on your back. Okay.
You can still do that. You're good.
Trust me, I think the current will take it faster.
He's picking at
You're
you.
not dead, girl.
We're not going to let you swim
She'll be
over the
all right.
10-foot dam and then over the
She's
38-foot
good,
waterfall.
she's good.
No.
She's good.
I will not let that happen to you.
Angie, that's Susie. If you want to get in, you can get in. That's waterproof.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm
$10 and
good.
I'll throw her in for you.
20 if you keep me in.
There we go. I like this. We got bidding going on.
See, I told you were good, Susie.
I need to get back in the
I really would
We
love
all
to,
need
but
something.
I'd rather not.
Oh, man.
Pull it up. Ayúdala.
Life jacket.
no,
Grab
not
the
through the-
life
Oh,
jacket.
yeah,
Come on over here, babe.
All right.
You're gonna push up on the rock. Get your feet out from under the boat.
Okay.
Way out flat to the surface.
Me hubiera tirado, pero no se me va a aguantar así.
This man just
Hi,
dragged
how are
you.
And she liked it. She liked getting thrown around.
That was good.
She likes it a little rough, I think. Liking it a little rough.
You good, bud?
Peeing yet?
Are you done
Done peeing
peeing?
yet?
Get over here,
Come
bro.
on.
Come on. All right. Hey, Poncholo's gotta get in. Watch out.
Look at that. They were listening.
Okay. Good job. Good job.
What we are in right now is a reservoir. There's a dam down here that's about 10 to 12 foot high. I'm going to put you on a
just go
big rock
down?
where that white sign is down there. I'm going to drag the boat over the dam, and then eventually you will help me carry the raft around the waterfalls. We do not run this waterfalls with customers.
You do.
I've ran it
You do
before.
it.
We've ran stuff bigger than this. Our record for the guides, biggest drop we've ever been over was 48 foot. 4 guides in a smaller boat than this.
And where was that?
That was on the Moose River. We take customers down the lower Moose, and then there's the bottom Moose. And the bottom Moose is about 6.5 miles, and it's a big string of waterfalls.
Oh wow! So
And
that
they
was
said
like.
it couldn't be
I gotta
done.
tell you something on the
But
bus.
they don't
I
say
can't because
that
we're on camera.
anymore.
Okay.
Never mind, I
I
went
got my
away.
official death trip shirt for that one.
Never mind, I
Old
got
school
it.
one.
So is it just kind of do at your own risk?
Absolutely, it's strictly doing it on your own. No company's doing the bottom moose. But we do the lower moose, which for normal rafting people, that's more than enough for normal rafting people. Well, here's the deal. On the bottom moose, there's 3 long, violent rapids, 3 legitimate waterfalls. The percentage of people that swim is somewhere between about 80% and 100% on any given day.
Como perdí 2 segundos de lo que dije.
People always get knocked out of the boat?
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay.
I've never been on a Moose
Here?
River trip where somebody didn't go flying out of the boat.
Que nunca ha pasado
And
esta
it's
parte
very
sin alguien
common to
caerse
flip
de
the boat
bote.
completely upside down in the middle of the river.
Actually, there was an incident where this teenage girl and her mom did that, and her mom flew right out of the boat.
Oh my
That's what it said on the newspaper. And I was
I
like,
have seen people fly out of rafts like somebody sent them with a slingshot before.
Is there like a more extensive waiver that you have to sign when you do that one?
No, but we do request that people have been rafting places before. You know, you got to have a little experience.
What's the difference between...
And you do got to be at least 18 to do the moose so you can sign your life away.
Yeah.
No, no
that
quiero.
makes sense.
So
The
era...
moose is... Go ahead, Ness.
No, it's okay.
Speak up, come on.
So era un chiste cuando decía que había una diferencia entre las
Sí.
azules y las negras. Okay. Okay,
yeah,
I figured.
there's
I
really
figured.
no difference.
Okay. Oh, what a guy in the black
Joke,
one.
they're
That's
the
all
same-
I'm
they're the
saying.
same size, it's just he's done it more times than us. That's the difference.
Pues para la próxima.
And we have left Watertown. We're in the village of Glen Park right now. Used to be a big amusement park
No, no,
over on
no,
the
para
left-hand side back in the paper mill days.
How many miles have we
Y baja.
done so far?
Es una cascada. No, por allá no.
3.5, something like that, maybe. Somewhere between 3.5, somewhere between 3 and 4 miles. Distance-wise, we're about this will be about halfway through the whitewater part of it. There's 2 miles of flat water at the bottom. We're
I
about
like the
halfway
sound of that.
distance-wise. You're about 1/3 of the way through the rapids. We still have a ton of rapids to go through.
Good.
Once we get around this waterfalls, not a lot of distance in between rapids. They're right there, one right after another.
Después de esta cascada, cuando el agua se pone así más intensa, no hay mucho break entre medio. Tú sabes cómo pasamos 5 minutos sin, ahora van a ser más corridas. Mom, do you see me? Es que me pongo nerviosa y no hablo
Can
el
you see where
español
those 2
mucho, pero
people
creo
are
que se
standing down there looking over the dam? I'm going to let you off on this ledge and you're going to meet me right where those people are standing. And that's when we have to start carrying the raft a little ways.
Okay.
Not very long, little ways. But I do got a bottle of water and a little snack for you.
Awesome, thanks.
Hay que...
Right here off the nose of the boat, that's the top of the dam, which is the top of Jim Woods Falls.
Look, an airplane.
Sounds like a big transport, is it?
Yeah.
Looks like a big military transport. If you look over top of the dam, you can see the top of the waterfalls over there.
I can.
When you guys are with experienced rafters, do you still have somebody that calls commands, or you guys just know what to do?
Well,
If you go with a boat, if it's just a boatload of guides,
Yeah.
there still is always somebody calling the shots, but everybody knows what they're going to be calling normally before it happens.
Oh,
oh, those people is what you meant.
They are the people that turn off the dam and put the water over the dam so that we can go rafting. When we're not here rafting, all the water goes through a big canal where those big metal plates are over here to the right. Big long canal over here. At the other end of the canal is a bunch of turbines, and it generates electricity. do much. If I'm missing the back, I'm going to slide over to the center just a little bit.
Ay, sorry. Nos llevamos esto.
Thank you very much.
No, sí, la he hecho por más de 20 años. La he hecho por mucho tiempo. ¿Ves? Thank you. Oh, did you see that?
I know. You guys are going to be on YouTube, by the way.
Oh my goodness!
There's so much water in my shoes.
Yeah.
There's water in a lot of places.
Swampy.
the perfect spot otra.
No, pero me gustaría hacerlo otra vez y estar más cerca al frente.
All right. Head right up on this trail, around the corner, and Alex will meet you there.
I was probably some snack.
Some water.
Some water?
And a snack.
Oh, they put those rocks there. That's kind of cute. I got it. Thank you, though. Oh, are your feet like water beds right now? Oh, they're heavy.
You're doing it that way.
I wish these were tighter. I won't lie. I'm not liking the awkward fitting right now.
Down there.
You know what? A granola bar right about now. Wave to the camera. Nice little montage. I hope I got it. I won't lie. You know what? After this, water safari just won't be the same. That Cascade River.
Oh! Water safari.
Panels in the boat. We four of us on either side. We're going to pick it up and start going up into the lock.
Oh, okay.
That's the part they don't show you on the brochure. Make sure we got some of you fellas over on that side helping the ladies.
Okay.
That's what I see you do weights at the gym.
Yeah, like she doesn't hit arms every day.
Nice and careful, gang.
Yo, this is much extra.
Go to the left.
I'm telling you, water safari is going to be a piece of cake.
Don't worry, it's only about a quarter of a mile.
Guys, I'm not really doing much work. I'm definitely not helping as much as I think I am. They don't do this in Survivor. Mom, you're so funny.
Bring the nose to the left a little. Left a little.
Front to the left.
That's probably good right there, gang. That's fine.
Okay.
Now, this stuff will keep you warmer if you keep it on, but you can take off the life jacket and helmet if you want to. When you do take it off, set it down right in the boat wherever you've been sitting. Do not walk in next to the water. Try to stay out of the poison ivy woods. I'll be back in just a minute. I gotta go get the water and the snack. You be safe though, don't get down there.
Me hubiera traído una sábana, una caja, una bolsa, algo.